Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show with your hosts Lee Silber and Ellen Goodwin. This podcast is short, fun, and jam-packed with good ideas that you can start using right away. And here's your hosts, Lee and Ellen.
Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show. I'm your co-host, Ellen Goodwin, along with nobody. That's right, Lee is not with me today. He's off doing some speaking gig, so he has left me in charge, which, as we know, is kind of a dangerous proposition. But today, I think I'm going to talk about motivation because Lee is very intrinsically motivated, and it's something that the rest of us can follow with. And to be intrinsically motivated means that you are motivated not by the stick, but by the carrot. The carrot is the part that is intrinsic to us, that we want to be motivated. Lee's crazy like that. I would like to be more like that. I work at it, and I know 3 different ways that I use that I can share with you that you can be more motivated. And it all comes down to how you talk to yourself. Now, if Lee was here, he'd say, well, I always talk to myself. Well, we do. We talk to ourselves more than we talk to anyone else. Anytime during the day, the week, the month, we're always talking to ourselves. And here's a little secret. How we talk to ourselves determines how motivated we get. Kind of weird, right? Well, let me tell you 3 different things that you can say or use to get more motivated. Now, we all know the story of the little engine that could, right? I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. When you are confronted with something that is a bit of a challenge, that you need to get motivated on, that you need to move forward on, don't tell yourself, I can do that. I can do that. Right? We always hear that. We hear that from coaches. Oh, I can do that. You can do that. Guess what? If you tell yourself that you can do it, you're not nearly as motivated as if you ask yourself, can I do this? Can I climb this hill? Can I do this workout? Can I write this report? When you ask yourself questions, you leave it open to new possibilities. When you tell yourself, you have just put a period on the sentence. You can do this. No question. Right? It's like having a little army general in your head saying, you can do this. Well, that's not really motivated. If you ask yourself whether you can do something, you are much more likely to say, well, yeah, I can do this. Studies have shown that the difference between asking yourself, will I or I will, are very similar to the whole can I or you can. So they did these studies where they asked students to just write out 20 times, will I, will I, will I. And then the other group wrote down, I will, I will. And guess what? When they did after they wrote that out, they did little puzzles, and the group that said, will I, were able to perform much better on the puzzle solving. Will I, again, is an open question. Will I do this? And your brain answers, well, of course you will. So ask yourself, will I? Instead of, I will do this, will I do this? I will I? Kind of weird, right? Just questions you ask yourself to make yourself be motivated. Now, the third way to get motivated is a thing called the third-party visualization. Now, don't worry. I know a lot of people, when they hear visualization, they think, woo, that's kind of out there. I'm going to visualize my success. Well, that's not what's happening here. With third-party visualization, you are actually looking at yourself like you're in a movie. Now, think about people you know who might talk about themselves in the third person. Baseball great Rickey Henderson always talked about himself in the third person, and it was hysterical. He would talk to interviewers after the game and say, Rickey did real good tonight. I think Rickey's the best. So he's talking about himself like he's outside of himself. And that's what you do in third-party visualization. You look at yourself doing whatever it is you need to be doing, but you look at it as if you're watching from a movie. You're outside. For example, let's say I have to give a presentation. So what I do is I visualize myself giving the presentation, but I don't do it from the viewpoint of me looking out at the audience. I do it from the viewpoint of someone in the audience looking back at me. So I see myself standing in front of the room. I see what I'm wearing. I see all the work I had to put into that to make it be a successful thing. I'm watching it like it's a movie. That's what third party visualization is. Now, it doesn't have to be just presentations, it can be absolutely anything. Let's say you want to be better about going to the gym and working out. So you would visualize somebody watching you, not in a creepy way, but somebody watching you get out of the car, go into the gym, start working out, how you go from each set to the next set, whether you get on the treadmill, whether you talk to people, but you see it as a movie. That is third party visualization, and it's super easy and it's super effective. It helps you get motivated because you see yourself sort of as a different person. Now, our brains talk to us all the time. We've talked about that in shows. I already talked about it today. But when you do the third party visualization, you take the limiting self talk out of your head. All of a sudden, you're looking at yourself as someone different. It's kind of interesting to try and use. So, third party visualization. Now, there's one other set of words that you can use. And Peter Shankman, who is this great entrepreneur, he started Haro, which is Help a Reporter Out. He's sold some other businesses, but he always says that one of the greatest ways that you can get yourself motivated is to change the words I have to I get to. So it's not I have to go to the gym, I get to go to the gym. There's lots of people that don't get to go to the gym. You, however, get to be one of them. It's not I have to make dinner, it's I get to make dinner. Yes, it's semantics, but so is asking yourself, can I and will I? Change how you talk to yourself and get more motivated. Okay, that's it for this week. I'll be back next week with Lee for another episode of the Faster, Easier, Better Show.